Now that you've worked your way through the step-by-step positions separately, I thought we could put it all together into a little short 20-minute sequence, standing poses. But first, let's start sitting down, cross-legged, as we do every yoga practice, to tune into your breathing and to warm up the body a little bit before we start to stretch in other movements. So, hands on your knees, cross-legged, sitting up straight, tuning into your breathing with your diaphragm, so pulling up the breath from your diaphragm. And we breathe in and out through the nose, so drawing up a breath and then exhaling through the nose. Closing your eyes, focusing on nothing but your breath, slowing your breathing down, breathing more slowly than usual and more deeply. Inhale, exhale, and making the in-breath the same length as the out-breath, so that you have a nice even rhythm. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And now let's start to bring some movement into our neck. Small rotations round. Keep it slow, keep it in tune with your breathing. So every time you inhale, your head's going back and to one side. Every time you exhale, forwards to the other side. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And then bringing your head back to the center and switching direction. Exhaling at the front. Inhaling as your head goes back. Exhaling as it's forwards. Inhaling. Exhaling. One more, I think. I've lost count. I always lose count on this one. Inhale, back to center. And then let's link our hands behind us, pulling our arms down and opening up our chest, head going back, so that you're opening up your chest, squeezing your shoulder blades together, your throat's opening as your head's back. Deep breath here. And then relaxing out of that and placing your right hand down on the floor next to you, lifting up your left arm, reaching over to the left, keeping both your sit bones on the floor and your legs aren't really moving, you're just using your waist and your upper body to stretch. Inhaling back to center, left hand down, right arm over. Inhale, exhale, inhale, back to center, and this time let's walk our hands forwards, again keeping your sit bones on the floor, just stretching your arms forwards as much as they can, hang your head down between your arms, stretch, stretch, stretch your arms out, and then when you think you've stretched as far as you can, pull the fingers along the floor a little bit more to stretch even more. Breathe. And then inhale over to the right hand side. Again, your lower body's not moving. You're just stretching out your upper body to one side. A round of breath here. Inhale back to centre, then exhale over to the left hand side as well. Inhale back to centre, and then walk your hands back, sit back up again, and let's link our fingers together. Push the hands forward, stretch across your upper back and your shoulders, and then we'll lift our arms over our heads, lifting up from the waist here, and then tilting over to the right hand side. Inhaling back to centre, tilting over to the left hand side. Inhaling back to centre, releasing the arms back down and just giving your shoulders a bit of a shrug in one direction and then the other direction. And then let's come up onto our hands and knees for some cat-cow. So getting yourself settled into a nice box-shaped position where your hands are shoulder width apart and your wrists are directly underneath your shoulders, arms in a nice straight line, and your knees hip width apart and your knees are directly under your hips, so that you've got a right angle box shape going on with your arms and your legs. And then with a flat back, we inhale, and then when we exhale, let's push everything up to the ceiling. And then as we inhale, let's tilt the body the other way. Bum goes up in the air, head goes up in the air. Exhale, contract and push up again. Inhale, tilt and curve the other way. And carry on in your own rhythm of breath. Maybe you want to do this a little bit faster. Maybe a little bit slower. Maybe you want to do 2 rounds of breath as you hold in one position. And then 2 rounds of breath as you inhale. And then after your next inhale, come back to a flat, neutral back. And then we'll slide the right leg out behind us with the toes still on the floor. Keep the legs stretched. Push down into your right hand. Lift the left arm up in the air in a straight line with the palm facing sideways. Keep your hips, I'm tilting slightly because I'm looking at you, but keep your hips tilted straight forwards and flat. So you're not leaning over to one side, but tilted forwards. And then if you've got, if you feel balanced, you can lift up your right leg, but keep everything in one nice straight line from the fingertips to your back heel. And breathe. One more inhale, and then as you exhale, place everything back down on the floor, and we'll swap legs. So left leg back, press down into your left hand, and then right arm forwards, palm facing sideways, and then if you feel balanced, you can lift up the right leg, and you look forwards, and breathe. One more inhale, and then come back to your hands and knees, and we'll just go down into child's pose. So sitting down onto your bum and then putting your chest either on your chest and stomach, either on your thighs, or you can open your legs up and go between your thighs. It's whatever more comfortable for you. I prefer to have my knees closed. And your arms out behind you, your forehead on the floor, and your arms on the floor as well, but pointing behind you. And just breathe here. Feel your spine curving over and relaxing. Okay, and then putting your hands forwards, coming up onto your knees again, tucking your toes under, pressing down into your hands, lifting up your knees and stepping back into downward facing dog. So a nice wide stance between your hands and your feet, pulling your heels down to the floor. Your fingers are all firmly planted on the floor, palms facing, hands facing forwards, palms on the floor. You feel like you're sliding your hands forwards along the mat. Your shoulders are rolled open. Your head is pulling towards your knees, which is pulling your bum up as well at the same time that you're pushing your ankles down or pulling your ankles down. So everything is stretching in opposite positions. Breathe here. And then start to walk the feet towards the hands. Keep your body hanging down. When you get to the point where you can't keep your hands on the floor anymore, straighten up your legs, keep your body hanging downwards, and we're in Uttanasana now, easy forward fold. Keep your legs straight. You can grab onto opposite elbows and just relax your upper body. Have your upper body hanging like a rag doll. Breathe. And then slowly, slowly, slowly unroll your spine until you're up in a standing position in Tadasana, mountain pose at the front of the mat. I'm going to step sideways so that you can see me, but you'll be standing at the front of the mat because we're going to come into sun salutation shortly. So Tadasana, mountain pose, as I talked through in the separate video, I talked through the whole spiral and everything, so I'm not going to talk about that in this one other than we're just standing in Tadasana. Bring your shoulders down, your chest is open, you're pulling up at the same time that your shoulders are pulling down. Breathe. And from here we're going to come straight into Utkatasana, chair pose. So bending the knees, arms go up alongside your ears, keep your shoulders down. It's as if you're starting to sit down into an imaginary chair that's behind you. Your thighs are parallel, your knees are parallel. Breathe. And then let's straighten up again into Tadasana, and we'll come into sun salutation, Surya Namaskar A. So as you inhale, lifting the arms up. As you exhale, hands flat on the floor. You may need to bend your knees to do this. Inhale, lift your body up slightly. Exhale, step back, knees to the floor, lower down with bent elbows. Inhale, up to baby cobra. Exhale, back, tuck your toes under, lift up back into downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale, in downward facing dog. Inhale, look towards the hands. Exhale, step forwards. Inhale, lift the body up slightly, hands still on the floor. Exhale, fold back over. Inhale, rising all the way up, palms together. Exhale, palms together at the heart. One more time. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, hands flat to the floor. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step back, knees to the floor, bend your elbows, lower down. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, sit back on your heels, tuck toes under, lift up, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale, inhale, look towards the hands, exhale, step forwards, inhale, lift, exhale, fold over again, inhale, rising up, exhale, hands to heart, inhale, rising up, exhale, hands flat to the floor, folding over. Inhale, keep hands to the floor, lift, exhale, step back, lower down. Inhale, rise up to baby cobra. Exhale, sit back on your heels, tuck toes under, up into downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, look to the hands. Exhale, step forward, keep hands down as you inhale, back up again. Exhale, folding over with your hands still on the floor. Inhale, rising up, arms up. Exhale, hands back to heart. Beautiful. Okay, let's step back into warrior one. So keep your right leg forward and bend, step back with your left leg, your thighs rolled in, your foot's at a 45-degree angle, so your hips are facing forwards, knee bent, arms up in the air, shoulders down, arms up, and breathe. Ooh, I'm going to fall over. Arms up and breathe. And then opening up into warrior two. So your right foot, your left foot will come round slightly, your hips open up slightly, your body is coming slightly round to the sides, your arms come out, straight line across your shoulders. Feel like you're touching opposite walls, your arms are completely engaged, palms facing downwards, and you're looking towards your right hand. Breathe, inhale, exhale. And then coming into Trikonasana triangle pose, we straighten up the right leg, keeping your arms out. As you inhale, reach forwards, and then as you exhale, bring your right hand down inside your right leg, bring your left arm up, and then your right arm and your left arm should be in one straight line from fingertips to fingertips. So where that is for you depends on how flexible you are. You might not be able to reach your arms down as far as I can to make a straight line. So your hand might be up here somewhere so that you've got a straight line with both arms and your shoulders. The important thing is to keep your chest open. You're twisting at the waist and your arms are straight. Feel like you're leaning against an imaginary wall behind you with your shoulders and your arms and everything against that wall. Lifting yourself back up again, and then we need to come into the other side. So you might want to bring your foot forward, heel toe so that you're able to stand again without falling over. Come back to the front of the mat. I'll have to do this side so that you can see me again. And then this time with the left foot forward into warrior one with the left leg forwards, right leg back, thigh rolling in, foot 45-degree angle, knee bent, arms up. I'll try not to fall over this time. And then opening up into warrior two. Looking forward towards your left hand, stretching your arms out either side. And then straightening your leg to Trikonasana triangle this side. Arms out. Inhale as you lean forward. And then as you exhale, swivel your arms round till you're in the right position. Swivel your chest round so that you're in the right position for this straight arms and shoulders and back. And you're looking up towards your top hand. Breathe. And then straightening back up again. We'll just finish with one more forward fold. So heel toe your feet back together and then come and step them together. So we're back in Tadasana, back in mountain pose. And then hinging at the waist, come down with straight legs, bringing your arms down, and if your hands can reach the floor with a straight back, then with your two first fingers of your hands, wrap them round your big toes and then pull your body down and inwards into your legs, bending your elbows to help you do that. And if your hands don't reach that far down, then just grab on behind your legs where you can and pull your body in that way, bending your elbows to pull your body in. Okay, and then from here, putting your hands, you should be at the front of the mat. I'm just facing sideways to see you. So if you're facing towards the front of the mat, now put your hands down on the floor, even if it means bending your elbows. Bring your knees back, and we'll come back down into child's pose to finish off this little sequence. So sit down onto your heels, put your chest and your stomach down either between your thighs or on your thighs, forehead on the floor, arms behind you, and relax. So that's it, just a very quick little standing sequence that you can do to practice all those different step-by-step positions that I've been talking you through. Enjoy.